Hi, my name is Holly, and I am the educator here at Kids Zone. Today, I'm going on a hike up Shirley Canyon, and I'm in search of wildflowers. I've got my trusty new book here to learn as much as I can, so come along and let's see what we can find out. Shirley Canyon Trail is in Olympic Valley. It's about 16 miles from Kids Zone, so it takes about 20 minutes to drive there. This is my new field guide book. A field guide book is a book to help you identify birds, flowers, minerals, or other things in the natural environment. There are many different field guides to choose from, but I really like the beautiful drawings in this one and how the book is organized. I'm going to use this book today to help me name and learn more about the wildflowers and plants I find. Here we are, starting our hike on Shirley Canyon. We are going to be keeping our eyes open for waterfalls and wildflowers. This is one of the first plants I came to. Wow, look at how gorgeous that red is. It's so vibrant. This plant was really easy for me to find in my guidebook. It's a very unique looking plant. It's called the snow plant. I was able to find out some really neat things about this plant. The snow plant does not need sun to survive. It gets its nutrients from fungi in the soil. It's basically a parasite, which means it lives on an organism and gets its nutrients from it. So unlike many plants that use photosynthesis to create its own nutrients, the snow plant takes its nutrients from other organisms in the soil. You're unlikely to confuse this plant with anything else on the ground. It's called the snow plant because you can often see it popping out of the snow, and it is one of the first plants to grow in the spring. I took a picture of this flower because I thought the contrast of the bright, vibrant red flower next to the neutral colors of the decomposing tree was very beautiful. I wasn't sure which plant this was, so I looked it up in my field guide. I came to the conclusion that it must be a type of Indian paintbrush. There were two examples. As I looked closer, I saw that the leaves in the Applegate's paintbrush in this drawing were wavy like the ones in my photo, so this is the Applegate's paintbrush. Applegate's Indian paintbrush is a beautifully showy California native wildflower. The upper part of the Indian paintbrush resembles a brush covered with bright dyes. It was often used among various tribes of Native Americans, hence the name Indian paintbrush. The name of this flower is based on the legend of a Native American who wanted to paint a sunset. Frustrated that he could not produce any of the colors that matched the beauty of a sunset, he asked the Great Spirit for help. The Great Spirit provided him with paintbrushes to create his paintings. After completing his work, the artist then discarded his used paintbrushes around the landscape. These paintbrushes later blossomed into plants. Once again, I took a picture of this flower because I love the contrast between the bright purple flower and the gray color of the granite rock. Contrast means when things are strikingly different than one another. I got out my book to see if I could find out what flower it was. I started by looking at the shooting stars because my friend had pointed out a field of shooting stars to me, and these reminded me of them. But as I looked closer to the details of the flowers, like the shape of the petals and the leaves, I realized that it wasn't one. So I kept on searching and found out that this is a meadow larkspur. This cheerful flower can be found many places, from a meadow to a river to the side of a mountain. It flowers in the spring to early summer. It has 5 petals that range in color from blue to purple, and many pollinators love the meadow larkspur. Fresh air, waterfalls, and some wildflowers made for a spectacular day. Now that I know more about the flowers, I'm excited to go in search of them again and maybe look for some new ones to investigate.